This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's start. So we have seen that day how we can integrate Nexus and how we can integrate Jfrog artifacts. At the end of the day, both of them will do the same work. It means whatever code you have written, it will compile the code, it will convert the code to artifact, and it will store the artifact for you. So yesterday we were talking about Jfrog Artifactory, where I told that it's a binary repository manager, which will help you to manage the repository, and it will take care of all the dependencies and all. You can store these dependencies, and whenever you need, you can use them for your project. Same thing is here. Whenever you convert from human readable code to a binary format, it is called artifact. You can store this and you can use it for your future purpose. We saw how it was done. One thing which was pending is how to integrate it and how to make it work with Linux. So today we will finish that part. Now, I had told you that to download Jfrog Artifactory, you have to come to this website, which is this. You come to this website. Here it says that this is open source. You come towards the end. Here it will tell you how you can download the content. So I'm using a Linux machine and I will be using a Docker image. Now, if I click here, this is the command which I have to run so that I can download Jfrog Artifactory. Now, to make that happen, first I should have a machine where I should install all these things. So I will come here to EC2 and I will take that instance from Amazon. One more thing what we are going to see here is okay, so this is the Git instance which is actually running. So I will launch one more instance, and because it's a heavy software, I will need a RAM and more CPU. Okay, so vCPU should be 2 and memory should be 4. So I'm going for T2 medium. Okay, if you go for anything less than this, it will not work. So let's say that configure instance detail. Here everything looks okay, storage looks okay. Tag, I'm going to say, one second, tag I will say, you can give a name to this machine. You can say it is Artifactory. Okay, and you can say configure security group. Here I have one existing security group, which is this one, DevOps security group. You can make sure that port number 8081 and 4082 both are open. 4081, 4082. Review and launch. Go ahead and launch it. Say that yeah, I have this key value pair. Go ahead. Now, when it is getting launched, you will get a IP address for this. To connect to this IP address, click on this, come to PuTTY, say EC2 minus user at the rate the PuTTY. Appearance you can change a little bit. SSH or browse DevOps KP and open it. I think it will take some time because it has not been initialized. Still it is not ready. Let's refresh. Yep, it is not able to connect. So let me say okay and restart it again. So restart session. Yeah, this time it is ready. It says, do you want to connect? I say yes, I want to connect. So I'm connecting like EC2 user DevOps KP. So username, password. it says that there are updates available, so I will run the updates, but I will first say sudo su hyphen. I will give a host name as Artifactory, and again I'll say sudo su hyphen. Sudo su hyphen. So I'm logged in as a root to Artifactory machine, and this time I'm going to say yum update -y. So all the updates which it was talking about, it will install all the updates. You can see updating, 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 like that. Some 77 packages are there which will get uploaded, which will get updated. So I'll wait for 2 minutes and let this installation get completed. Once this installation has completed, I will go for the other softwares which are required. So either you can come to internet and you can say that what are the prerequisites of Artifactory. You can ask Google prerequisites to run Jfrog Artifactory. Okay, so you can start reading this, and here you will come to know that your system requirement, you can say okay. So here if you see, it says Java should be there. Okay, then then it says if you are installing Artifactory, we know that our is a Debian machine, okay, Debian REHL. So all these versions will be supported. Then I need a 64-bit processor. I need a 4-core CPU, so 4-core CPU and 8-core CPU, like that. Okay, 4 cores, 12 GB RAM, like that. So if you see here, it is saying that I need a good amount of memory and RAM process and all. So that's the reason I picked this one, which is T2 medium and which is 2 core and 4 GB RAM. Now once this yum update is done, I will update few softwares, or I will install few softwares. So the few softwares which I need is yum install. I need Java, which is -1.8 star. I need Maven, and I need Docker. Okay, so these 3 softwares is what I need: Java, Maven, and Docker. So here you can see it says Artifactory can be tested on latest version of Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. Safari is for Mac. Okay, so if you are not using the latest version, it will not work. So here also you can see Java, it is saying Java 11 should be there. There should be free memory of at least 512 MB to make this thing run. Okay, so basically Jfrog Artifactory is a heavy software which will store the artifact for you, but it needs a lot of CPU and RAM and all those things. And if you can see, there are many features of Jfrog Artifactory which are not supported on a Windows server. That is why people don't prefer this Jfrog Artifactory that much. Okay, but yes, both are important, Jfrog Artifactory and Nexus. When you go for an interview, there can be a question which is asked that which tool are you using for JFrog, which tool you are using to store your artifacts, or not straightforward. Nobody will start asking straightforward questions. They may ask that, okay, I am facing a problem. I have to revert the code in a very fast and speedy manner. What I should do? So in your DevOps pipeline, you should say that in my DevOps pipeline, I should. One second. Okay. So you can see the question can be asked is that we are using Jfrog Artifactory and Nexus. So which is beneficial? So you can go to internet and you can Jfrog Artifactory versus Nexus. You can go ahead and read all these things, okay? And you will come to know which tool is good for what. So please make sure that you prepare yourself for these questions. So if you see here, I'm done. So let's go clear and then say, let me check Maven first. Maven minus version. Sorry, MVN. This is Maven version. Okay. And this is Java for you. And let me also check Docker. And Docker is also there. Now what we can do is we can start this installation. So we can take this, copy this command, run it here, Docker pull, and then Docker whatever latest option or update is there. It says cannot run Docker because Docker is not running. So let's start Docker. So Docker or service Docker st service Docker start. Now you can pull the Docker image, and if you see, it will pull and then download the content. So let's wait for some time. It will download this 600 MB software and we can start using it. So let's wait for 2 minutes. And to run this, we will come here, we will copy this, take this 8081, sorry, 8. Okay, now if you say Docker images, you will see one image. Now if you want to run this image, first check if something is running. So to check, I have the command docker ps-a. Currently nothing is running, so I can run that using this command. So basically I'm running docker run and I'm restarting it at port number 8082. This is what I'm running. Okay, so now if I say docker ps-a, I will see that this Jfrog is running from last 15 seconds, last 13 seconds it is up. Now you can come here and hit enter. Let's wait. Docker logs -f Jfrog. So I'm checking the log. What is the status right now? So it has not started. Basically it will take some time to start. So once it has started, you get the say it's still initialization completed, listening. Now if you see, all the services started successfully. So now if I try, it may start working. Now it is saying service unavailable, but this time I will try, it will start working. So this has started working, and here also it is saying the same thing, that all the services started successfully and all the events finished. So see from here. Now here if you come, it will ask you for username and password. You can give an admin, and password is the default password. You can log in admin and password. Then it is asking you to do the setup. Welcome to the Artifactory, open the source edition. So get started. It says you can create a new password. I'll create a new password, PAWSWORT123. PAWSWORT123. Next. Select the base URL. So this is your base URL basically. Next. Next. Finish. Now it says, do you want to create a repository? I say yes. What kind of repository you want to create? So I want to create a local repository. Create it. Then it will ask you, what are you going to store? So Maven is there for me. Maven is going to create the content for me. So I'm going to create a Maven repo and just give a name as new Maven repo. That's it. Save and finish. So if you want, you can add user also, but I'm going to use admin user only, and I'm going to work with that only. So I've created a new Maven repo here, which is a Maven repository. I'm going to use it now. So click on this square button, come to Artifactory, come to Artifact, and you will see this Maven repo. Click on this. Here you will see all the default properties for this, when it was created and all those things. Here you have to say set me up. Click on this. Here it is asking you for password. Provide the password, PAWSWORT123. Okay, and it is giving you a piece of code which you have to use in your pom.xml. Okay, so let's copy this and bring it to Notepad++. So this piece of code you have to put in your Notepad++, in your pom.xml when you are executing the code. See here, it is central, it is snapshot. Okay, so currently I'm assuming that everything I'm going to put on central only. I'm not going to put snapshot. So basically what happens is, the code which you write, okay, one code can be like, it is completely ready. You can go and deploy it to the production. So we say it's a release. It's a release. We are going to release. And then the same code is not ready. Still you are going to keep it. It is called snapshot. So we will not do this snapshot thing. We will say that it's a release. So this also, this snapshots, we will convert, or we will change this to release only. Okay. So this snapshot, I will make it as central. Okay. So I made this as central first thing. Now I have to change this, or I have to use this in my pom.xml. So I'll go to my GitHub. Here, if you see, I'll come to my Hello World program. And this is what I'm going to compile, or this is what I'm going to use. So I will change the pom.xml for this. So pom.xml is one which will take care of the dependencies. Here I'm introducing Jfrog Artifactory, so I have to take care of that. So I will come here and start editing here. So if you come scroll down a little bit, where I have to put it inside distribution management. So look for distribution management. Where is distribution management? So if you see here, you'll find distribution management, and this site thing is already there. So for you, actually, it will be like this: distribution management and site. Then you have to copy this content, the content which just now got from Jfrog Artifactory. from here, take this content from here. This distribution and distribution management is already there, so don't worry about that. Make sure that the alignment is proper. So repository central, this is the name, this is the content, repository done, snapshot repository central, this is done. Okay, looks good to me. Now I can come down and save this content. So to save this comment, you can write a comment here, updated com, and comment the change. Okay, so on Git you have made the change, but this change has to be done on one more place, okay, which is Maven. So how Maven will come to know that you are going to run this code? So to make Maven know that I'm going to run this code, clear, I am going to install, I'm going to check where is Maven first, Maven minus version. So Maven is here basically, cd, and I'll go here inside Maven. Now if I do ls, I will see there is 4 files here. I'll go inside conf, cd conf. Now if I do ls, I will see there is something called setting.xml. This is what I have to change, okay, because I want that my Maven should know that things are here. So to go inside that, I can say nano, okay, and this setting.xml, enter. Now this is a XML file. You should be very careful when you are editing that. This be very careful when you are editing this. Okay. So the all which is highlighted in yellow is your basically comment. So I'm interested in this server. I'm going to do the server change. So if you see here, this servers thing is there, and here you will find a username and password, and this is the end of the comment. So I'm going to use this part. Basically I want to use this part, and this is what I will remove. So be carefully, see what I'm doing. So I'm removing this first, 1 2 3 4, and I'm putting that symbol whatever I just now removed here, 1 2. The moment I do like this particular thing changes, the color of this change. Now what is the ID? So if you remember, the ID is admin, ADMIN. What is the ID is, one second, ID, yes. So ID, if you see, ID is central. So let me change this, CENTRAL. What is the username? So if you remember, the user was admin, ADMIN. What is the password? So the password I have done is password 1 2 3. Okay, so done. So do Control X, Y, enter. Okay, so this setting.xml has been changed. Now if you want, you can check whether this is working or not. So to make that work, you can say, first you can go back, you can pull the code from Git. So you can make a directory, let me say mkdir, and I'm going to say git sample. I'm going to pull the code here, git sample. I'll go inside this cd git sample. Now here if you say ls minus la, nothing is there. Okay, so I'll init or initialize git here first. So git init, sorry, I have to install git. So yum install git. Okay, it will say do you want to proceed? I'll say yes. Now if I say ls minus l, nothing is there in this repository, basically total 0. So first I will say git init. Okay, now if I say ls minus la, you will see this .git folder here, which actually tells that you can use Git. To use Git, I can come to my GitHub. From here, I can clone this or I can copy this. So what am I going to do? Click on this, come to this code, just copy this, Control C, come here and say Git clone and copy this. Now if you say ls minus l, basically you will see the code has been copied here. Okay, this is the code which I want to work with. Let me go inside the code, and if I say ls, this is pom.xml, and this is what I can start my work. Now wherever you have your pom.xml, from there you can compile the code. So I will say mvn, and generally if you remember, I say clean. Okay, then I say clean test and package. Here this time I'll say deploy. So I'm going to run mvn clean, mvn test, and mvn deploy. So basically what it will do is it will try to run this. So it says could not transfer the metadata. Okay, let's see why it is not able to. Let's run one by one. So mvn test is what I will run first. Okay, so for mvn test, it is saying it is able to run success. Now if I say mvn deploy, fail to execute the goal deploy, default deploy on project Maven, fail to retrieve the remote com dot this thing snapshot metadata, could not transfer the metadata, connection to this is refused. Okay, looks like there is something which is wrong. Let's go ahead and check. So let's say cd clean, so clear clear mvn minus version, where is mvn installed. So mvn is installed here, cd, let's go inside, and cd conf, here I have setting.xml, so I can say nano. Now let me down, let me see what is the problem. Central admin password 123 looks good. Same the password here also, right? And one more thing, this pom.xml. Okay, I think there is a small change which I have to do. Let me come here again to pom.xml. Okay, the small change which we are going to do is, if you see here, they are using port 8081. So by default, they were giving port 8081, but I am using port 8082. So this is what I'm going to change. Okay, this port number basically. Let me come here, make a change, or alternatively, I can make a change here also. So let me say Control X, cd git sample ls, and here you have this hello world thing. Now if you say ls minus l, you have pom.xml. So this pom.xml I have to change a little bit, nano and pom.xml. If I come down, This is a place where I have to change 80 from 8081. I have to change 8082 because I am running my Jfrog Artifactory here. Control X, Y, enter. Now cd and let's try to run it again. So once again, cd git here hello world ls. So from here I'm going to run. So mvn deploy. Let's see. Okay, so basically it is running, and now if you see, it is success. So it says uploading whatever you artifact you had, it got uploaded here. Okay, so either you can take this URL or you can come here, refresh your Jfrog Artifactory, refresh it. Come to your artifact, come to your new Maven repo. Yeah, you can see your repository here, com example Maven project, and the Maven project server and web app here. Inside web app, you will find this snapshot, which is nothing but your jar file. So this is the XML file, Maven web app, and if you see carefully, these things are created just now. 6/11/2020 and 02. This is the time for today. So this is how you go ahead and store your repository or your content on Jfrog Artifactory. Now, if you want to integrate this thing with Jenkins, then you have to do the very same thing on Jenkins server also. So, if you want to integrate this with Jenkins, first thing is you have to launch this Jenkins machine, which is this. And I have told that whenever Jenkins you want to do something new, for that you will need a plugin. Okay, so you have to go to plugin and you have to look for this Artifactory. For me, it is there in my installed section. So here I have this RT. So this Artifactory plugin is what I have installed. First thing. Once you are done with this, you can come back to manage Jenkins. You can come to your configure system. Here, the first thing what you have to do is you have to integrate your Jenkins and Jfrog together. How to do that? So once you have installed the plugin, here you will find something called Jfrog. Here you have to say add Artifactory server. Give a name here. Let me say, I will say Artifactory like this. What is the URL? So you take the URL from here. This is your URL. Artifactory. This is your URL. Then what is the username? So username is admin. What is the password? So password is password 123. Once you are done with this, let's go ahead and test the connection. So it is able to found Artifactory 7.1.710.5, which is this. See, 710.5. So I am able to connect. So this is how I have linked my Jenkins and apply save. So this is how I link my artifacts of Jenkins and artifact and Jenkins together. Now, if I want to compile this, I have to make one change here in this Maven, in the Maven of Jenkins. So I have to come here and I have to copy this first and log in here. So let me copy this and log into this machine. So this is Jenkins machine, okay? ec2 minus user. The same thing what I did there, I'll do here also at the rate control V and appearance change. I'll make this little bold so that you're able to understand. And SSH auth. Oh, sorry, I don't have the key for this. So what I can do is I can directly connect from here. So I'm using the browser connect for this one. Okay. Same thing I'll do again. Sudo su hyphen. Then you can say this is Jenkins machine. So host name Jenkins. Okay. Again, say sudo su hyphen. Okay. First, let's check if Maven is there or not. Maven minus version. Maven is there. So let's take this path. Say cd. We'll go to that path and we'll go to conf. conf. There you see there is a file called setting.xml. Let's come here to this setting.xml. Or let me do one thing, mpn. Let me first uninstall this. I see some problem with this. cd mvn. So like how you install a software, right? You say yum install. So if you want to remove a software, you say yum remove maven. So I'm removing this software and I will install it again. So if you say I've removed it, now if you say mvn minus version, you should not see anything. Now let me install it again. Yum insta install maven -1. So I'm installing it again, this maven thing. Then I say mvn minus version. I'll be able to see maven, which is here. If I say cd, this path conf, so my bad, cd the path ls. So this conf file is there, cd conf. Now here if you say ls, you will see this file setting.xml. Again we'll go and change this. So take this, say nano, go to setting.xml. This will open. Carefully go and edit this. Local repository, no, I don't need all these things. Yep, here. So here is where I have to change. So server, so this 3 thing I have to take it out from here. 1 2 3, take it out from here, put it here. 1 2 3. Now the moment you do this, the color will change. ID is central, CENTRAL. So let's remove the other things. And the username is admin and the password is okay. Everything looks good. Control X, Y, enter. Clear everything. Again you can come here and you can check if everything is correct or not. Setting.xml, because I've saved it, it should reflect. So it is looking good. Central, admin and password. Again Control X and come out. Now clear everything. Make sure that whatever you're doing is correct. You don't mess up with anything. Here again you can create a repo, cd and sample kit sorry, mkdir sample, or let me just directly say git init here only. I'll choose git init. So git should be installed for this. So if git is installed, it says okay, I have installed in .git for you. Come to your code, hello world, take the code, copy this, come back here, just say git clone, give the URL whatever you have copied, control V. Hello world already exists. Let's minus L. Let me see. Okay, let's remove this. rm minus rf. Okay, this time let me clone it. Git clone. Okay, let's take this again. Control C. Control C and this Control V here. So this hello world is again getting copied. Once it is copied, you can say ls minus l. You can go inside this cd hello world. If you say ls minus l, you will see your new pom.xml here. So it is very important that the new pom.xml should be here. Now you can see here mbn clean. So whatever is there from before, you clean it, test it, and deploy it. So let's wait for this to run. If this is running, means everything what I have done is correct. Now if you see here, it says it has failed to deploy this. So again there is a problem. Let's see what is the problem. So let's first run one by one. So mbn clean. Yeah, this is success. mbn test. Now try mbn deploy. Okay, it says connecting. This is trying to connect to this place. Okay, at 8081 port. So we have to change this. So give me 1 second. I'll be back. Oh, 1 second. Okay. So here, if you see the failure, it says execute goal. This deploy has failed, and it has failed because it is actually trying to connect 8081. Okay, and our Jfrog Artifactory is present at 8082. So 3.236.211.90.8082 is where it is present, and it is trying to connect at 8081. So obviously it will get not run. So why is it happening? So let's go to our pom.xml and see where it is sending the connection. So let's go inside nano pom.xml. Now here, if we go down, yes, so this you have to change. You have to say that you have to connect, but you have to connect at 8082. Cancel this. 8082, and then you say Control X, Y, enter. Okay, now let's try running it again. So mvn deploy. It is running the test cases. Yeah, now if you see, it says build is success, means I'm able to run it. Again, if you come back here, you can see that a new build has been put here. Let me refresh this. So let's come on this artifact thing. Click on this. See here. So it has been deployed again. Now the same thing we will do it via Jenkins dashboard. So you can come here. Now the one problem, okay, let me just, because Jenkins I cannot do it manually, so I have to do it here only. So last thing, come edit pom.xml, come here, click on this button and say that you want to run your this thing. Make a change here. We are running it at port 8082. Similarly, this port has to be changed. So you can say changing port number, give a commit message, come down and commit the code. That's it. Now we can start the work. So let's create a project. Let's say it's an Artifactory project, something like this. So new job. Here we'll say it's Artifactory, Artifactory, Artifactory. It's a Maven project. Okay. I will need this URL. So let me copy the URL here. Code, Control C. Come here. Say I'm integrating, integrating. So integrating Git, then you Maven, then you have Artifactory, Docker. So you are basically integrating these things together. What you can do, you can come to your source code repository. Here you can say I'm using Git, give your URL, come outside, hit enter, done. Build trigger, I don't want, I will say directly come to build. Here first I want to clean, then I will test, and then I will deploy, means deploy. Then towards the post build action, you can come here. Here you will see post build action. Click on this, deploy artifacts to Artifactory. Click on this. Automatically this link will come. You can check this link 3.236.211.90.8082. So this link should be same 3.211.90.8082. So both the link which I'm talking about is same. Now if you see here, nothing is coming here, so you can just come refresh. So automatically your repo will come. New repo, just apply, save. That's it. Let's go ahead and run this job. If this job runs perfectly, it means my Jenkins is able to do all the work. Let's go inside, see what is happening, console output. So there is a problem here. So, okay, so it says uploaded. So it says uploaded the content to this place. Okay, see here it has saying that I have uploaded the content. Up first it is downloading the content, then uploading the content, and finally it has uploaded the content. So if you want, you can see the same thing here also. Let's refresh this. And here you can see that yeah, the content is uploaded. So this is every time getting overwritten with the new timestamp. So this timestamp is also changing. So basically this is how your Jfrog Artifactory works. If you have any doubts, any questions, please go ahead. So first few things you have to remember. First is Jfrog Artifactory and Nexus are very same. They both are doing the same thing. It is on you and your company for which you will be working, which tool your company will be using. When you go for interview, they may ask, why did you use Jfrog Artifactory? Why not Nexus? Somebody will say, why Nexus, not Jfrog Artifactory? So you have to go to internet and see what that thing is, who is beneficial, what benefit it is coming with, and all those things. Then what is the benefit? You know that today when I am compiling the code, I get the executable or the binary format, which I am saying is a artifact for me, that I want to keep it somewhere so that in future if I need, I can use it. So I can use Jfrog Artifactory or I can use Nexus to store this in my artifact repository, as simple as it is. And tomorrow when I want to use it, I can simply say deploy, and I can click on this deploy, and I can deploy to the server where I want to deploy this thing. Okay, so like this I can use Nexus and Jfrog Artifactory to store the repository and deploy whenever it is needed. A question can always be asked, you're storing the code somewhere in your Git or GitHub, why do you need to keep your artifact also? The answer to this is yes, I am storing the code, but at times if I fail or if the code is not getting traced, there is a chance, right, that somebody is going and deleting the code from Git. In case the code in Git or the central code repository is not being traced or not able to trace due to some reason, okay, somebody deleted the code or anything like that, in that case I will have a backup in my code repository and I can use that. And at the end of the day, my customers don't have to wait and my CI/CD pipeline will always be up and running. So this is a very standard answer which you can give, and nobody will ask anything on top of that.